What's up guys, so welcome back to Sang Kanonim English. I don't really want to make this video because this is gonna be the video that to say goodbye to my good friends Olivia and Mario. So after they have been living here in Laos for almost 2 years, and now tomorrow they are leaving Laos for Thailand. So that's pretty sad, you know, but before they leave, they have something to tell you guys, they have something to tell their fans here in Laos, and they have something to tell about Lao people as the whole. Let's meet them. Okay man, so you guys have been living here in Laos for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
So that comes to my first question. How would you describe your time here in Laos?
Well, first of all, it was a very surprising time. As we told you before, Sang, we only arrived here for 3 weeks, and we were planning to see the entire country in 3 weeks. It's been nearly 2 years now. We still haven't seen all the country. So, but overall, like, it was a very adventurous time. Like, Laos is a very underrated country, you know. So we had an idea to only come here for 3 weeks, only because people were telling us that there's not much to do. It's only jungle and that's it, you know. So we had this idea until we actually arrived to Laos. And after being here 2 years and traveling a little bit around Laos, I can tell you honestly, Laos has so much. It's such a rich country, you know. It has so many things to do, so many things to see, and overall in 2 years, I think it changed me as a person. It sort of changed my thinking, changed my views to things, and it's just a bit of my perspective has changed just by living here and seeing how people live day to day, how simple they are, how much time they spend with their families and friends, and how important that thing is, which something that we don't have anymore in Europe, you know. So in those 2 years, it was very educational. It's like a big slap from the universe, like it's like this is what life is all about. So it's really good. So it sort of made my eyes to open up a little bit.
Okay, and Olivia, what about you? 2 years here. Would you describe your time here? What would you describe?
I would say it was unexpected, adventurous, exciting. It was nice to live in a country that's very different from my own. And when we first arrived here, I was thinking in my head, like, I would never want to live in Southeast Asia for some reason. It didn't feel like the right place for me. But after being in Laos for 2 years, kind of accidentally, we kind of don't want to leave now. We feel like we could live here forever, you know? So it's pretty crazy how time can change your perspective on things.
Yeah, so that comes to the next question, like, what are your most favorite thing in Laos?
So before coming into Laos, obviously Laos was on our bottom of the list of the countries to visit. So we didn't have any expectations from it, but we were looking for certain things in certain countries, like a bit more like relaxed lifestyle, a bit more like simple community, not too many tourists, you know, and more nature. So we've been going through quite a few Southeast Asian countries, from like Indonesia, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, you know. But I feel like everything we were looking for, we found everything here in Laos.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think everything what we were looking for, or every single bit that each country has, Laos has all of it here. So that's one of the reasons we stayed here for so long in the first place, and that's why we love the Laos, because it's like more chilled, more Bopanyang lifestyle. People are like, it's like if you're late, we can just say, hey, sorry, I'm half an hour late, no problem. Everyone's very more like chilled and relaxed, and that's one of the reasons I really love Laos. Apart from many other reasons, obviously there's probably 100 reasons I can tell you why I love Laos, from like people, nature, food, culture, and so many things. But one of the main things I'd say is that Bopanyang sort of like vibe, you know, something that I was looking for, you know. So yeah, I found it here in Laos. I found that happiness here.
And what about you, Olivia?
What was the question?
The thing that you like the most in
The
Laos?
thing that I like the most, okay. I'd say, I'd probably agree with you, the Bopanyang lifestyle and the freedom that you feel here. The nature, I really like the nature, and there's so much more to see than what you think, or if you look up online what to do in Laos, you'll see Kwang Si, you'll see maybe something else to do with nature, but there's so many other places that are not like told to tourists so that they don't even know about that are really amazing to see, and that's definitely one of my favorite things, the undiscovered waterfalls and jungles here.
And what the listing
Least
what are the least favorite things here in
okay.
Laos?
My least favorite things is some of the roads. Like Route 13, for example. We've driven on that road too many times and we hate it every single time.
It's getting
They
fixed
are
though.
building it.
They're fixing
slowly
it, so
but surely they're building
slowly
it,
fixing it.
but it's not nice on a motorbike to drive that road. It's the worst road. But I don't know what else. I think that's it.
And what about you, Mario? The least favorite thing?
So my list, person, I have quite a few. I was actually thinking very carefully to choose the right ones, and there's quite a few things. Obviously, we are people, and we are coming from different countries, different cultures. We see positives as well as negatives. That's just normal. It's part of life. So there was a few things that I was like considered. A lot of things was, for example, like the way the infrastructure works here. So I do see in Laos like a lot of big, expensive buildings, like government buildings or offices that are empty, and I don't see any people living there. And I was questioning myself why there's so many fancy looking buildings that are abandoned, but I see so many homeless people. So this is one of the reasons that made me sort of think, that that money is invested in the wrong things. Money should be invested more into people, because once the money is invested into people, the people will bring back the money, and that's one of the things that I felt like not very big fan of, like how the money is invested, and it's not invest enough for like the actual communities, the people, like Olivia just said, the roads, simple things like that, more hospitals, more accessible education as well as healthcare, several things like that. Obviously there's few things like traffic. This is more like a personal sort of thing, and it was more to do with like traffic, but obviously because in here is so diverse. You have an 80 years old grandmother driving, as well as a 12 years old kid driving, as well as a Farang driving, and they all drive together, and it's like a big mixture. So I feel like not everybody knows the rules of road traffic in general, traffic rules. Not many people know that. But that's just one of the minor things, and it's very common here in Southeast Asia. So I wouldn't say that that's my most negative thing, but the first part that I said, I think that's the one of the more negative things that I was considering and spending quite a little bit of time thinking about why is it like that.
And come to the last part. So you're gonna live Laos. You are living Laos tomorrow, right? It's quite sad to say that, right?
Very.
But anyway, what would you tell Lao people as the whole? So because you are living them 2 years.
First of all, I think, and I 100% I am convinced that Lao people are very strong people, very creative people. They're very supportive. They're spending a lot of time with their families, which is very important, something that we don't have in Western world anymore. And the most important thing I think for Lao people is to stick with their culture, their real culture, where they're coming from, their real roots, and praise them so much, because Lao people are very unique and their culture is very unique, and I feel like it's slowly disappearing. So I feel like Lao people should be as much Lao as possible and fully embrace their culture and show it to the world who they really are, and don't change for anything. Stay Lao. That's one of the reasons we are here for 2 years, guys. It's because Lao is Lao. So please stay Lao. That's my main thing I like to say to Lao people, to just
Yes, and okay, Olivia, what would you say to your fans, your Lao fans? Maybe you have more than 500,000 Lao fans here who are watching you guys.
that would be cool.
What do you say to them?
I would like to say to Lao people, after being here for 2 years as someone who's just come to visit, that you have a very special country here, and I think that you should look after it and cherish it as much as you can, and not let it get too destroyed or taken over by any other cultures. I think you should try and hold on to that, and it's a really special country, and I'm kind of glad in a way that not too many people know about it, because it's like a little secret for us, but I also want everybody in the world to know about this country, because it really is amazing, and I want more people to come here and experience Laos. I'm gonna cry. I can't talk about this anymore. When we're leaving.
Okay, guys, that's it. And for me, on behalf of my friend Asang Academy of English for 66,000 views, so we massive thanks to you guys that you have shared a lot of Laos to the world. So make Lao culture known to the world. So that is very, very help us, like help our country to attract more tourists to come here. And to be more specific, like you guys have been teaching English to my fans a lot. So in many videos, the people feel it's very useful for them to practice their English. And what I want to say to you is just wish you all the best, and I hope to see you to reach like 1 million subscriber and reach 100,000 subscribers first. And I'm sure that one day we can make video together again. So I don't want to say this is the last video
Oh
that
no!
we make together.
Please
Okay.
don't.
Okay,
Please
it's
don't
gonna be
don't
like,
say that.
yeah,
Okay.
when we
Like,
gonna
I
make
remember the
video,
first
okay.
time we met.
Okay.
I'm sure Sang can put a photo of this right now.
Yeah, I have that
And
video.
we looked so different, and now we're here 2 years later, sitting in
Okay.
Patuk Sai on the
Yeah.
very last day.
And this is not gonna be the last video, okay?
No.
So we're gonna come back again at least next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, I don't know, in the future. But we, for sure, that we will make the video together again one day. More. If not, they come here, I will visit them. I don't know, in the future, everything can happen.
Well, the one thing Laos has done for us, it reserved a spot in our hearts. So it's always gonna be there.
Yeah, this is the country we want to come back to, and we want to retire here, and we want to die in Laos. This
know.
is where we want to be. We want to die happy here in Laos.
You wanna get old here. You wanna just
Yeah.
get old and walk to the markets and just
Look
be
at the temples,
simple. Just
yeah.
live a
Yeah.
simple life, simple but happy life.
If you can live in the rural, you can back to my hometown. I can find some land for free for you. You can.
That would be really cool.
Yeah,
like,
you can do that, but it's in the rural
yeah,
area.
it would be
okay.
really cool, and when we get back, and like maybe you can take us to the jungle
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
for
actually
sure.
do like a bit of survival.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's for sure.
So
you
really-
can build a house in my hometown, yeah, free. So for land, you can build the house. There are loads of land area you can build the house.
Awesome.
It's for free. Okay.
So we know where to plan B. If nothing works out, we'll come back here and go to Sang's land and build
spend
a
your
house.
land. Yeah, I have the land for you to build the house. That's fine. But in the rural area, okay.
We love
in the
rural.
jungle.
We love rural areas.
Okay. Okay. Thank you again, and what is it?
We all just like to say one last thank you for supporting Sang's Academy of English, and we are really feeling honored to be on his channel and being in his videos. As Sang said, like we are giving a lot to Laos, but we also like to say that Sang is also giving a lot to Laos. And if you guys watching Sang, I'd like to say thank you from me and myself and Olivia for watching Sang's channel, because there's not many Lao people who are doing these amazing things for the people, you know. So respect, man. Big up.